Hello, this is Retro Rizik 81, and I have something to interpret here. As you can see, if we zoom in, we have a sink with a drain top, or what is it, a lid, or a cap, or a nozzle, something that chokes. You know, it looks like it's choking the life out of the sink. In a manner of speaking, it looks like a choker. Remember, I had this dog. I don't want to talk about that, but it's just, you know, you look at this here. What's that? Is that meant to choke something? I remember I bought a turtleneck at one time. I never wanted to wear the turtleneck because it made me sick to wear it. And look at this here. I understand where this is going. If I were to come up in a court of law, some sick kind of crap, the state of Michigan, whatever it'll be, against Mrs. Christensen, yeah, or against Mrs. Cunningham too. I don't know if she's still on my side. This is the filth in Detroit. Can't escape, can't get away from. If you can understand me here. What am I? A celebrity living in crappy surroundings, living like absolute, suffering hell. It's like living in hell. Has anyone ever seen the movie? Let me rephrase it to be perfect. Has anyone ever seen / saw, which one will be the right translation? Has anyone ever saw the movie In Hell by Jean-Claude Van Damme as a star actor? I have. It reminds me of my life over all these years. I don't know why he made that movie. If I still have it, I might, but it didn't inspire me to know more about myself. But anyway, regardless of that, somewhat thinking about Attila versus Leon Reinhardt. I don't like to really say that because I never got to know Attila in the movie. Remember that pornographic website called The Hun? TheHun.com. Who's their leader? Attila. See, I don't know what happened to that Hun.com, but I don't find it anymore. So when I can't escape my hell, let me explain this. I had a plumbing class one time in East, where is it at? And you can see between the lines too. You know what that means, between the lines? Something more to this, flip side, whatever the hell it means, seriously, I'm not kidding, I'm not joking. You understand people have human rights and they get denied this over time. You have this kind of situation. Now I have this on a daily basis. The person designated to be my father, I guess I could say that maybe, designated like a driver, something, I don't know if that's all true in some manners of speaking, because I feel like I'm not belonging to this family sometimes. There's so many plumbing issues with this bathroom, and I know it's so expensive to fix this crap. I call it crap because it's like somebody wants to snap someone's neck here or something, or choke them, or, that word kind of rhymes, crap, snap. Anyone ever heard of a snapping turtle? See, this is why it's sick to me, to understand what's going on in my life more, which I don't understand it thoroughly. This is what I'm talking about. Now this is an apparatus. If you study CNC machinery, it's like a nylon apparatus created in a tool room. See how it's got like an upper, the one part of it is round. It's, it's like an O, it's like an O. And then it's like teeth at the bottom. Some sick thing. I'm not saying it's sick, but it's like, and then there's a throat. You can imagine sex being like that. This is plumbing. No offense to minors. Okay, it's just part of life. See? Not saying nothing to do with Monster Shrek. That's something different. I don't want to think about that ever. It's just sick to me anyway, but I don't care. But whatever. Here, see this here? That's like an O. This is how it functions. It goes in here. I believe it's supposed to stop water. The purpose that this is created is to stop things from going down the drain, like caps. But this is what my mother wanted me to know something more, because she told me that she dropped a water cap down the drain. And I can't get it out because why? Because it cost money, a lot of money, to get in there with a snake, with the right tools or something more. I remember this teacher didn't think I was very, very manly, but let me explain this. I had emotional trauma and problems all my life in Melvindale, Michigan, and the way I grew up. I think I'm Canadian, Indian also. I should be in Canada. Should have been in China, Chinese too. I think it's covered up with genetic therapy, perhaps. You know, it's interesting that I saw this movie called Paper Tigers, and I noticed the guy who's the lead actor. I don't know if there's any correlation. You know, I don't know what to do about the Paper Tigers. It's not that I want to offend anyone in their group, but I have reason to believe one of their actors was at some kind of a Christianity campground or something. So, you know, the teacher who told me that she doesn't want to recap her lecture in class, her name was Mrs. Libby Christensen. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to interpret here. Libby Christensen, I can remember one time my mom wanted me to buy $1 of canned goods in the dollar store, and it was pineapples or something like that. It's called Libby's. The brand was Libby's. It's very interesting about this Michigan. What became of that lady, Libby Christensen? I heard she was from Denmark. And that's interesting too, because I made friends with some people on the internet that were going to Denmark, some women, and they wanted me to join them at one time. But I just, like, the problem with that is that I've got my own health problems, in manner of speaking, all these years. I don't know what's going on around me because I'm living in a box. And then I go to this Dominican school named Dominican International College in Troy, Michigan. That may be like some aid to help me get out of my box. The teacher seemed like a good person, Dr. Shakil Khan. And I'm just saying his name because I don't know who to get help from. I'm not trying to cause any rupture, any problems in the Earth's crust. I'll say that right now, because I'd rather say that instead. As you can see here, looking at that, whether it's a storm or a lightning bolt or some other crazy shit, it all starts with water. So I just try to flow with the problems I have here all these years, to be water. And it might be nasty looking water, but you can see that this is what I'm thinking, like, you know, I remember dropping a penny like down this, there's this kind of a tricky little, I don't know what it was about, but when I drop a penny at Sears or JCPenney, what was it? I think it was Sears. Yeah, Sears. They closed it down, Lincoln Park, Michigan. You drop the penny down there. but it'll go round and round and round, 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 and then it'll go in the center eventually. But you pay to watch the penny go down there. You just pay a penny. It's a cool thing to watch. But that's what they had in the Sears. It was Sears shopping center. They knocked it all down. Somebody knocked it down, and then I'm wondering why they had that there. What was the purpose of that? Now there's this testimonial here about this teacher claiming I'm not a man, maybe, or something more or less. She knew I had some problems, but she's not really that guilty, I don't think. It's just she didn't understand me at the time, because see this is something, I mean, you know, if you see me do that hook kick, and if I feel the tune, you know, I'm being in tune with my talent again in martial arts. See this, look at the grooves there. See those grooves? Okay. See that? Look at all the details of that fine little cap for water. See? See what I mean? Now, when I do the Taekwondo, it's like a Scott Atkins Taekwondo kick. I believe I have potential to do that, to get the cap right off the bottle. It might be a possibility, but, you know, I mean, why would I? See, that's what I'm saying, you know. This is like some trick that people were doing on the Tonight Show or something. Was it Jay Leno? No, I think it was David Letterman, actually. I think it was David Letterman. Or was it Conan O'Brien? I don't really know. I don't know if Johnny Carson would have this done on Tonight Show. But it's something that you can look at those lines. See those lines there? See that? What's that behind there? Something more. The grooves, the curls, the intention to unseal the cap. And then you've got something more going on here with my words being said. See? This is what we got here. It's like, you know, there's something more. It's just, this is a water bottle cap. And it really is, but it's more than that. It seals your water so it doesn't have germs, so that nothing contaminates it. It keeps your water clean from the outside environment around you. See? Look at this one. And I know they're everywhere in my house, but at the same time, I don't have money for a water filter to buy it, and then we had problems with the lead and the Michigan crap. I don't know why they had problems in Flint, Michigan, but that's interesting to me that they had problems in Flint, Michigan. That's where well, I don't want to get into that, really, you know, really don't, but there's problems in Flint, Michigan. It's interesting to me, you know. Yeah. I've got a family member in Flint. I'll just say it now. There's a doctor in Flint, Michigan, and I don't know why they had problems in Flint, Michigan with the water, severe problems years ago. That's offensive to me because that's my family suffering. He always cared about me. He had a lot of compassion in his mind and his heart for someone like me suffering. The problems I had. Great doctor, great person. But this is what I'm saying here. It's like, there's different people in the world, and when I get, you know, to the point where I can't understand myself, I have to post these videos on YouTube. I have to confess something more about myself. You see, so that's what I'm saying. Is like, all these things matter that I'm talking about, because if I don't talk about them, who's going to talk about them? See, so I have to understand that there's on their side of the story, and something behind their story is my truth that I'm seeking. But I just tell the truth anyway. See? What's down here? Stomach. But this is a machine. This body I have, there used to be Ryu Hazuki and Jin Kazama. See, this is like something more I have to rebuild from the bottom up. There's no other way, but you have to understand there's history and there's purpose to everyone on the planet, and that's the thing about this. Look at this. There's mold on the ceiling. There's all kind of problems in this bathroom, but I'm gonna post online anyway. I don't have the money, the time to buy these things. I have an LLC claiming my claims. Look at this salt. That's some expensive salt, Dr. Teal's. You can also buy that at the dollar store too, because they made it available for everybody. They know people really need that. See? And that's what I'm trying to explain here. Look at this. This is the, people think I don't know what people are thinking. I don't know. But this is the kind of hair dryer that I have to share with my mother. Because why? Because I don't have enough money to buy things. You see? That's how I live my life here. And to me, let me explain this also. You know, in Yakuza, the video game, there's some dialogue. It's Yakuza 3. If you play it for the, PlayStation, was it 3 or 4? The one that's early in the years, I believe it was PlayStation 3. There's dialogue in the game that says, it takes more than blood to be family. So if it takes more than blood to be family, see, that's why people go through things, hard times in life, then they want to study kinesiology. Yeah, they want to study that, but they might have an evil intention even if they study that. So be aware of that too. That's what I kind of find in this ex-friend on, I don't even know if I want to try to understand that about this person, because there's problems with this person in some manners of speaking. I don't think she's like a bad person, 100% bad, but it's probably something that needs to be monitored, like a heart. You know, like it's a serious situation. See this here? As many tubes of toothpaste I have to go through. I don't get to enjoy seasonal things in life. I live like crap here because people don't understand me when I'm going through in this bathroom. Probably the next door neighbors should have came over, but it might have been a bad idea if I say that I'm Ryu Hazuki when we play Shenmue. They're gonna say, no, you're not. Why would they say that? Those kids are related to my karate teacher. They may not have ever told me that. For all I know, they could come in here with weapons and kill us off and say we're mental. See what I'm saying here, everybody? Look at the blue. The blue's above the Dr. Teal's. Maybe you need to flip it around and put the Dr. Teal's above the blue. See that? What are those panties I took from that Sarah girl? What color were they? Because she went and spread her legs for me. It's just a spiritual memory because she was so jealous of everything I had. So she wanted to know my family. She wanted to have sex with everyone in my family. I dated her for 3 years. She wanted to have sex with everyone in my family. I paused it. Was that menopause? See, should I go back to her? She's 42, 45. Can't keep up with her. Probably got 500 kids at least. What am I supposed to say now? I've been suffering, and this is what? This is my paper tiger. Did she get patents for creating this other paper tiger? Somebody get a patent for this? There's a paper tiger, look at that. It's called Dude Wipes. Looks like the yin and yang little emblem she found at the that I had from San Antonio, Texas. She found it in the lunchroom, and I didn't really want to say nothing because I know she felt special to have that. but that's something I bought. I don't know how many things she has of mine in her house. I believe I saw one time those VHS tapes in her house being played, and that's a problem that will never come out in court. The Skupin law firm probably will protect her as much as they want to, as much as their cousin or whatever he is, the Raymond guy. He's like a vague ray of hope that doesn't care anyway. I don't know what to say. How do I explain it? I can't get to know him in Arizona because they're gonna have problems here in Michigan. Their kids will be mad. You're not Native American, you're not none of that. Like, that's a problem. You're not Mexican, that's a problem. You're not nothing, you're a white man. What are they next door? Slavic. They got tigers in your country too, right? But they're Slavic. They're not like the skin tone I am. What am I? Canadian? I believe that I might be Canadian Indian. Well, how to explain that? I have a reason to really think that I'm Canadian Indian too, but that's something my parents don't want to talk about. Should I baptize myself in the bathroom here when there's all these lies in my life? Look at the lies invested with mold and all this holy shit. Like, should I get holy water? Will that cleanse the holy shit off the walls? Would holy water cleanse the holy shit of mold on the walls? The lies, the deception, You think about it, really. Should I deserve to get punishment in the teeth for what I'm saying? These Christians think they're so much better. You're the assholes with the trident, you motherfucking dicks. And you know what I say? That's evil. There's an O there too. Oh, is that the G-spot? See? Is that your Christianity G-spot? Dicks. What are you? You better than every religion in the world? Are you better? I don't think they're better. I think they're not better. This is Retro Azuki 81.